right. Here we are. Hello, hello, hello.
Good morning.
Welcome to another episode of Sailing SV Freedom Live. My name is Joe. This is my lovely wife, Kristen.
Hello.
And at 51 years old, maybe 6 months ago, we went out and we got ourselves a 40-foot sailboat with zero sailing experience. So that kind of leads us into the top topic for today. But first, I hope everybody is settling into a nice Sunday morning. Have your cup of Java here, relaxing. Spend 15, 20 minutes with us, just clearing your head, having nothing else on your mind. Just give 15, 20 minutes to us to clear yourself and just listen to the shenanigans we put forward. So, retirement. First of all, we are not experts. We are not retired. We don't claim to be experts. We don't claim to know much about it. Our thought here is to have an open line of communication with you guys. Talk about concerns, talk about the excitement, the plans, the hesitancy behind what your retirement might look like. You know, so this is not filled with research. This is just kind of go off the sleeve of our cuff. Is that what they say?
I don't think so.
What do they say then? What is it?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
Come up with a
Seat of
saying.
our pants.
The seat of our pants, ladies and gentlemen, right there.
That's right either.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. There's been a lot of talk, I think, lately over the past few years about generations and shifting the ages and this, that, and the other thing, right? Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to Google the generations because, I mean, it doesn't really mean anything. It really doesn't mean anything at all. Because what we're going to talk about is our parents. So the people that came like right before our generation, and then the people coming right behind us.
Is there one in between our parents and now?
There is not really.
I also think about my
Here's what the pros are saying. Here's what the research says. The baby boomers, those are the 57 to 75. Oh, that must be the years they were born.
Oh, 1957?
Yeah, so they were born between 1957 and 1975. Now,
So that's not our parents.
we were born in 74. That can't be right.
No, that's not right.
What's wrong with the dogs? Jesus, that's what you have when you have two German shepherds. You just lose their shit like at the spare of the moment off like a rabbit or a squirrel or something like that. And they think, it makes you think that like somebody's breaking in. So regardless, if you all know something about the generations, drop it in there because we want to hear that from you. But really what we're focusing in on is people that came before us. We're 51. I'm going to be 52 in a few months. So we're looking at like the late 40s to 60 as one group, as our Sailing SV Freedom generation, our group. Then the group that came before us, right? I think there's a huge difference. And then there's even going to be a bigger difference. I don't want to say worse, but a bigger difference with the generation behind us. So the one thing is, let's talk about the generation before us, our parents, 9-to-5 jobs, solid income, raising the family, maybe mom home raising the family. That's what my mom did. But your traditional 9-to-5, save your salary, have your retirement, have your pension, retire at whatever age, 60, 65, 70. Then there's our generation. They had no social media. They had no cell phones. They had no computers. They had no
like
digital
influencing, nothing like that.
Yeah, zero. So then comes our generation. Like I said, we're going to be 52. Kristen and I met in high school in 91. We were born in 1974. So we grew up with none of that also.
True.
I think maybe 4th grade, my parents bought a Texas Instrument computer.
I did not have a computer.
It was like a thick tube, like our TVs, right? Back in the day, our TV was on the floor. It was like 2.5 feet wide, tall, and it was this big tube. You had to go up to the settings and click for your channels. So we had that. I don't think we had black and white in the beginning. Then we had color. But we had a computer that was more like a word processor, I think. Then there was the AOL
Yeah, you got mail.
You've got
I remember
mail.
that I don't remember that younger than high school.
It was high school?
That's when I remember it. Somebody told me I was wrong, but I remember that in high school.
So maybe late 80s, early 90s.
Maybe.
The one thing I remember is I remember Chris Fiordalisi in high school got a new car from his parents at basketball season, and it had a phone in the car.
Really?
It was like this big, like it had the big antenna that goes up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so we were getting into that. That was the early signs of a new generation
it
to
was
come, like
exciting,
the
yeah.
digital age, right?
It was exciting.
We got married, and I had a pager,
A beeper.
a beeper. Remember, I didn't have a cell phone because our first child, Joseph, Kristen, came home from the hospital, and I needed to run out and get diapers, and we had a cat at the time, and we didn't know what we were doing. So I'm at what was it, Babies R Us?
Or maybe just a supermarket because I thought you had to get milk too.
I don't know.
It wasn't like a big trip of stuff, but
anyway, I was out, and the
weren't
cat
too far
attacked
away.
Kristen because Joseph peed. Like, we didn't know you have to cover, the male parts or whatever, otherwise they're going to pee everywhere. So it was like, Kristen kind of did that. And the cat jumped on Kristen and bit her and scratched her all up.
oh my God.
Anyhow, without going down that rabbit hole, she paged me, and I got home in a
Like
pager.
911.
That was 19.
No,
that was 2001.
Yeah.
Holy
But
cow.
I think also like around, like 9/11 too. Like I remember we definitely had cell phones because I remember people at work
Yeah.
having to contact people and they couldn't,
Yeah.
like all the cell phone towers were down and everything. So I think that's when,
True. I remember going to all
Around
those
that time?
memorials and
Yeah.
hearing the calls.
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So, yeah, there
I
was
think a lot
cell
of those
phone-
were like landline calls, like to home. You know what I'm saying?
From an airplane?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
all right. Anyway, so this is our new generation, right?
Right.
So now, fast forward all these years, 51, and now we're considering retirement. So our parents, I don't think, had as much of a choice or an option or a thought process on retirement.
You mean like what it would look like?
Yeah, well, they didn't have social media. They didn't have cell phones. They didn't have all this. It was just like, well, you work 9 to 5, or you work 9 to 9. You was hustling. Like Poppy,
Right.
a carpenter.
Right.
You hustled.
Yeah.
It was all manual labor,
Right.
right? Now you flip the script to now, and we've got so much on the digital era, and we're starting to see less manual labor jobs, and more jobs towards digital, and most recently AI.
Well, I was thinking about that the other day. Like, there's so many jobs that have been replaced by. Perfect example is the supermarket. I never go in the lane where there's an actual human being. It's terrible. I always scan my own stuff. It might be like a throwback to when I wanted to be a supermarket employee.
I didn't know
When I
about
was
this.
Yeah, when I'd like fake check stuff out, you go boop, 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 and bag groceries. I did that at my grandmother's house.
Hashtag goals.
But it's true. But I don't do that anymore. And there's even like something, I don't even know what it is. It's at the supermarket. It's this robot that goes around. I don't even know what it does, but it's in the supermarket.
Never saw that.
But so many, because you don't go shopping. I do.
I go shopping sometimes.
But there's things that have been replaced,
Yeah.
by technology for sure.
And there was a study put out, or YouTube guy. I research a lot on YouTube, so there was something put out where it was like this bell curve, right? Of
Yeah.
we're bound to repeat ourselves and kind of go up and down, and it's starting to go down that downshift where there's going to be less jobs. There's going to be a change in the market. A lot of these jobs are going to be AI based, work from home.
Yeah.
So a lot's going to have to do with, less communication, socializing.
Well, I even remember like after COVID, there were people who never went back to work. Like they could
Yeah.
do all their job
Be a good boy.
from home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So things have definitely changed even since COVID.
Well, that is, I think, what we're facing now as potential retirees coming up. Like, so what can we do? Like, I think for us now, what we're trying to look at is getting rid of our jobs that we have now, calling it a retirement, but maybe still have a side gig, have something on, like maybe online, like sailing SV Freedom. Maybe we can grow this community and we can do this from anywhere in the world.
Right.
Get a little bit of an income from it and explore different things. And I think a lot of people are looking at that like, all right, so if I leave, it's not just going to be traditional, like I'm going to go to Walmart and I'm going to be a greeter.
Right.
You know, it could be different things online, you know, and they can learn it and do something online from their house, the comfort of their house. So,
or somewhere else.
or somewhere else. And then the generation behind us, they're all digital, they're all AI. I mean,
They're so
it's scary, you know, it's frightening there, but I want to talk about our generation, our 45. No, you know what? Like I turned 50 and like that day I woke up, I was like, holy shit, retirement is closer than me ever starting work. You know, like
that's
retirement's going to be here soon. And I never thought of retirement beforehand. You know, I'm that extrovert that just go with the wind. Hey, you know what? This is a great idea. Let's go with it. Go. Instead of a planner and a thinker and a processor. So it hit me at 50. Like, what are we going to do? So, you know, so my thought process was I'm good with my hands. I learned things. I just ended my military contract with almost 13 and a half years, but I'm not going to get a pension from that. Possibly something else, but Kristen's going to have a pension from teaching for 34 years at that time, or 35. So we have that to rely on, but then we're going to need more money for our goals, you know? So my thought was get a sailboat that we can afford right now. Put a ton of sweat equity into it, right? I can rebuild the boat pretty much. So if I'm doing that, then I'm not forced to pay somebody else to do it. So I'm saving all of that money because it's crazy expensive.
Oh my God.
So that's kind of like an income.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a check coming in biweekly or anything, but it's a lot of savings, you know? So, and then that will be our retirement platform. You know, we still want to travel, you know, the world and fly to different countries and do that. But I think like, you know, like you think about retirement, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to go to Florida, I'm going to buy a house, and that's going to, or a condo, and that's going to be my retirement.
Yeah.
And that's what we wanted forever.
Yeah, we did.
We almost bought something like right before COVID,
Yeah.
and now since COVID,
Yeah.
the market's ridiculous. You know.
I also think it's also like things that, that was our goal for a long, long time to be snowbirds, and you know, it gets so cold here, so it'd be nice to escape somewhere, blah blah blah. And then once Aiden, we were thinking about that before Aiden went to school there, for sure.
Oh yeah.
So then once he went to school down there, it really became more of like a laser vote, like this is really what we want to do. But then for a while, it was, what part of Florida do we want to go to? So that was another thing that we had to figure out. But then with the sailboat thing, you know, you're not locked down to just, you know, let's just say we live in Fort Lauderdale. You could have a home base in Fort Lauderdale, but then you can check out all these different places. And it's so funny, I didn't tell you this the other day, but like when I think of my, like you know, when people say like, oh, like go in your mind to a place that is truly like relaxing and you just picture it and you're relaxed and everything, like I picture it's this place called Megan's Bay in St. Thomas, and we went on a cruise with my parents and Allie and
Hold everything. Jesus Christ. All right, you didn't fall. Hold on. Okay. I'm telling you. Probably a darn squirrel. All right, out. Relax. You can't make this shit up, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna give Kristen a chance to come back. She's closest here, so she ran over to take care of the dogs. But yeah, Megan's Bay was spectacular.
Wait,
right?
I want to go back to my happy spot.
Go ahead.
So I said, I
was just trying to fill in a little bit.
Thinking
Earthquake.
it was like an earthquake. To myself, like that. I remember going there years ago when Aiden was just a baby. It was one of the stops on our cruise, and I remember going there just for the day, and we were like, this place is so relaxing, blah, blah, blah. And then when we went back for Joe's 50th, it's just like it's spectacular. It's beautiful. It's calm. Whatever. So like that's a place that I go back to. So the possibility of being able to
There, we
visit
can go
there,
there
yeah, and just be relaxed and
on our own sailboat
Yeah.
in that bay,
yeah,
taking our dinghy to the sand.
Yeah.
And the
yeah, pina colada stand.
yeah, the pina colada stand was fantastic. As a matter of fact, Megan's Bay was so good that we were in the water in the morning, sipping on a pina colada at like whatever it was, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, and we looked at each other and like, we're not leaving. So we canceled the flight or we postponed it for just another day, got an Airbnb for another day, and just spent the day on the beach.
Oh,
You know,
that's great.
because that's
So wonderful.
That's fantastic. So,
It really
so
was.
back to retirement, right? All of these things we're considering for retirement. I'm sure you guys are too. We'd love to see more people on our live during the live. If we need to switch times or days, we can certainly do that. It is early on a Sunday morning. We do this because it's pre-church time, and it's good for us, but that might not be good for you guys. So let us know. You could send us an email to svfreedomcrew@outlook.com. You can comment in this or comment on our YouTube channel, because we want to make this a big community that we figured this stuff out together. Or maybe there's something somebody did. Maybe there's somebody who's 67
Yeah.
that's going to watch this in 3 days and be like, I've already done that, kid.
Right.
You know?
Right.
That we're going to miss out on something. So, you know, we want that active participation, that feedback there. So for us, the point of the story, I guess, is retirement has a lot more flexibility for our age group, for our late 40s into 60, maybe 61, 62. I think we're all looking to slow down. The rat race has gotten more ratty, you know, more stressful, because we have a lot of the digital stuff and the technical stuff and everything, and then we have the labor, and it's just so much on our heads that it's
and all that social
stressful.
media is like comparing and what's this person doing versus this person doing.
Oh,
like
the Joneses.
It's a lot
Keep
of,
up with the Joneses.
Yeah, back in the day, I think it was just, you know, what people had in their yard, like their car or their landscaping or whatever. Now with social media, it's so much deeper than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lot more than that.
So our retirement story goes. Joe's 51, just left the military. Going to be rebuilding this boat, making the boat as top shape as we can, as blue water as possible to cross the oceans.
Even though I don't want to, I don't want to be thinking that we're doing that. Like,
We are.
well, and like, I know, but not like in the near future.
I think
That's
people
something we're
understand
building
that. We've never sailed before. We're not going to jump in a sailboat and cross the Pacific. I mean, come on, you know.
I don't want people.
That's another
people
episode. That's not
lost it.
retirement. I don't want to get into that. That's going to be like a 30-minute, hour conversation.
Oh yeah.
So the overall goal is Joe fixes boat. Kristen works the final years. During the final years, we go out in the summer and breaks on the boat, and we do small trips back and forth, whether it's Florida, here, wherever. And then when we retire, we have the sailboat down south, and that's like our home base down south. We have the house here in New York up here. Let me see where it goes. But we have that flexibility because I have this option. You know, if we can subsidize and monetize a little bit from this or something else online, I don't know, plus the savings from the boat, plus your income and your salary. And you might be, somebody out there might be in the same exact position. Let us know. Share.
Yeah.
Sharing's caring.
It helps. You can learn from one another.
Absolutely.
You know, and other people's either successes or, you know, disappointments, whatever it is, it helps to hear
Absolutely.
what other people think and do.
Well, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this quick little fun chat. And our German Shepherd's nearly knocking everything over. That was Justice, by the way.
Awesome.
Liberty was outside. They're going to be going on the boat with us. And yeah, we're excited for this journey and the retirement. Let us know what you think. Email us, comment. And we want to know what you want as a topic of conversation for next Sunday. Please let us know.
Yeah.
Don't let us,
We're
pick it. You guys come up with something that you want to talk about, you want to discuss. Maybe we can link you in on the conversation. We're going to go with a new streaming platform next week because there's a delay in this and the sound and it's just hard on a cell phone. So I've been doing a lot of research for that. So we're going to keep improving on this thing until we have nobody that watches here and we have nobody that watches it during the week. then it's like, all right, the writing's on the wall, dude. You suck.
Right? No, we do not. Suck.
All right, I'm gonna end it on that. What do you think?
We do not suck.
Okay, thank you. I do not suck.
I said we.
Oh, we do not suck. Okay, fantastic. All right, guys, we out. Have a
Happy
blessed Sunday. Have a
Sunday.
fantastic week. Look for our episode tomorrow night, which is gonna come on our channel. That's gonna be part 2 of the diesel fuel leak, and then Wednesday is gonna be an entirely new episode. So, good stuff to come. Take a look at that. Follow, subscribe, like, comment. Grow this channel with us, because without you guys, we can't do it. All right?
Yes.
Peace!
Bye. Checking on the pups.